Hello, my name is Tabitha Goodman, and I am a sophomore at the University of North Carolina at Greensboro. I am currently working towards gaining a degree in consumer apparel and retail studies with a concentration in apparel product design to hopefully become a costume designer for film and television in the future. I am also a student member of the Ashby Residential College. My research project is titled An Argument for the Importance of Accurate Historical Costume in Contemporary Film and Television, and I became interested in this topic because I hope to one day be a costume designer for film and television. I also wanted to explore what kinds of costume inaccuracies are prevalent within the historical television world. The thesis of my paper states that though costume may appear to be a minuscule part of a series or movies, it is truly one of the most important components when it comes to retelling a tale of the past. Thus, its accuracy is vital for the correct portrayal of a historical event. Three key points that support my thesis are that an inaccurate portrayal of a historical figure's costume changes the history of the character and when they lived, the interpretation the audience has of that figure, and it is an injustice to that figure in their very real life. I believe that this topic is important for others to understand and learn about, because film and television often seeks to modernize many aspects of history to make it more realistic and relatable to audiences. Over time, this may change the way the history of these happenings is told to future generations. The truth may become harder and harder to remember. Throughout history, dress has been used as a nonverbal tool to represent a society and its events. Utilizing color, structure, and accessory, designers and consumers of fashion have been able to express themselves and their surroundings, all while telling the stories of the past. In order to make these costumes and happenings more realistic and relatable to present-day society, contemporary film and television often employs dramatization and modern interpretations of these historical events and costumes in order to draw the attention of its audiences. This alters the validity of the material being presented, as it inaccurately portrays historical dress and its meaning during the story's time period. This is an injustice to the legitimate person's life and occurrences they encountered. Through examining King Henry VIII and his depictions in the Showtime series The Tudors, this research ultimately seeks to examine and subsequently inform readers of the importance of dress and its elements on both the past and present. Using the Tudors as a specific example allowed for the examination of how a well-known historical adaptation may change the way that society sees a figure in history. There is a plethora of historical costume inaccuracies in contemporary film and television, and my research argues that this affects the validity of the information being presented. The film industry often dramatizes and alters events and costumes in time period films and TV series to appeal to present-day audiences, which makes their depictions unreliable and dubious. This in turn can alter how society views historical figures, their dress, and their life events. It is my opinion that the film industry should be taking advantage of its ability to show audiences true depictions of history, so that society may have a better and more accurate understanding of the dress worn and the events that took place. I think it is important for people to start questioning how historical figures are represented in film and television. Even though it may seem like it's not that big of a deal, I think it does influence how people understand the people and who they were, why they did what they did, and when they lived. If they don't even want to get the costumes right, what else are they completely altering to make it more appealing to present-day audiences, even though they are all too willing to use the lives and names of people that existed before us? I think that my research can help the audience realize the importance of the history of costume and how it still influences how we dress today. Because of the influence of contemporary interpretations, a lot of historical events and happenings are misrepresented, which leads to total falsehoods being made about what actually happened. In order to keep history accurate and beneficial, it is important to validate even the minuscule details of character reenactments, and this includes their costume.